Hey.
Well, good evening, Sumter School District, and welcome to another evening of Reading with the Superintendent. As we promised, we will come to you each and every night with a new book and a new guest. And tonight I have the pleasure of having Chief Deputy Gardner from the Sumter County Sheriff's Department joining us. Well, good evening, Chief Deputy Gardner. How are you?
Good, fine. Good evening, everybody. Hello. Merry Christmas.
So thank you for joining us. Why don't you take an opportunity, because this isn't the first time you've read with me, but we may have some different viewers. So why don't you share with them a little bit about you?
Okay, I am Hampton Gardner, Chief Deputy at the Sumter County Sheriff's Office. And of course, I'm homegrown right here from little old Sumter, South Carolina, Rembert, South Carolina, attended the schools here in Sumter, Rafton Creek Elementary, Hillcrest High School. And certainly it's always an honor and pleasure to speak to our young people. I'm thrilled, people.
Well, thank you. And thank you for all that you do every day. Your responsibilities are very large as you protect and serve, and we appreciate you for everything that you do.
Yes, that's exactly right. Of course, that's my job, to serve and protect and make sure our young people are safe in their homes, in their communities, and just wherever they are, and everybody.
And so tonight you're going to add some more to your repertoire.
All right. Tonight,
not only are you going to protect and serve, but you're going to protect and serve and read. And so tonight we're going to read One Snowy Night.
Yeah, I got that too. Cool.
You have that too? Okay.
I have that
this
too.
Is by Miss Christina Butler and Tina McNaughton.
Yeah. Okay,
so you ready?
We're ready.
So let me make sure I have everyone's attention. So I usually call and response, and I don't know if you remember, but they remember. So it's usually like this: 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me.
1, 2, all eyes on you.
Let's begin to read One Snowy Night.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
The cold wind woke little Hedgehog from his deep winter sleep. It blew his blanket of leaves high into the air, and he shivered in the snow. He tried to sleep again, but he was much too cold. Suddenly, something fell from the sky.
Wow, I wonder what fell. Well, let's find out.
I don't know. Have you ever been in the snow before?
Yeah.
You have? Okay.
What? It landed right in front of his nose. It was a present, and it had his name on it. It said, "To little Hedgehog, with love from Father Christmas." Little Hedgehog opened the present, and as fast as he could, inside was a red woolly hat, hedgehog size. He put it on at once. He pulled it to the back. He pulled it to the front. He pulled it to one side, then the other.
So I'm wondering why he was pulling his hat. Do you wear hats?
I do wear hats.
I wear hats sometimes, but they're not hats. Hat. You can actually feel his hat. But it didn't matter how he stretched it to fit. His prickles got in the way every time. By now, the hat was much too big for a little hedgehog. He took it off and stared at it until at last he had an idea. He gave the hat a shake and wrapped it up again. He ripped the piece off the label and wrote on the rest. Then he ran to Rabbit's house. Rabbit was out, so he left the present on his doorstep. Ever rewrap gift to give to some? Well, maybe I shouldn't ask that question.
I don't know what I'd do if I found a present on my doorstep. I guess I would probably get it and open it as well. Okay, let's see here what happened next. It was snowing as hard as little Hedgehog tried to find his way back home. The snowflakes flew all around, and he wasn't sure which way to go. Oh dear, he said as he wandered around. I shouldn't have come out in this weather. But I know Rabbit will be happy to have a nice woolly hat to wear.
Well, I don't know if Rabbit needs a hat because Rabbit has his own fur to keep him warm, right?
And he has some large ears too that might keep him warm, you know.
Absolutely. Give Rabbit around his neck. Too much snow, said Rabbit, rushing home. He saw the present lying on his doorstep. What's this? He squeaked with delight, ripping off the paper. A woolly hat, he cried. For me. He put it on at once. He tried it with his ears inside and then outside. He pulled in this way and he pulled in that way, but it didn't matter how he stretched it to fit. His ears got in the way every time. You said that, right? By now, it was much, much bigger. It was much too big for a rabbit. So
what Rabbit did? Rabbit wrapped up the hat and wrote on the corner of the label. Then he went to visit Badger. The cold weather made Badger very grumpy. Merry Christmas, Badger, shouted Rabbit. Who's there? Growled Badger. Merry Christmas, repeated Rabbit, giving him the present. A Christmas present? Asked Badger. For me? That's just kind of mean, isn't it? Grumpy old Badger.
Badger put the hat on. He pulled it down over his ears. How about that, he said. Here. Very nice, said Rabbit. What did you say? Said Badger. Very nice, yelled Rabbit, hopping off. Don't you like it? Asked Badger, turning around, but Rabbit had gone. Badger took the hat off. I can't use this hat, he said. I can't hear a thing. Too bad. It's such a nice color. So Badger wrapped up the present and marched off to Fox's house. He didn't use a label. Uh-oh. Well, if he didn't use the label, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think he's going to take it to somebody else. He's just going to take it to someone he knows. Ah, Fox. Fox was going out exploring. Here you are, friend. Here you are, friend, said Badger merrily. A Christmas present just for you. Christmas? Snapped Fox, puzzled. Yes, Christmas, called Badger. Time to be nice to each other, and he trudged home. A hat, sneered Fox. Opening the present, why would I want a hat? Then he looked at the hat again. He made 2 holes for his ears and put it on. Satisfied, Fox went on his way.
Uh-oh. It's really a nice color hat, too.
It is.
And you can feel it. It has texture.
Ah.
The white fields twinkled in the moonlight. Fox sniffed around and found a small trail. He followed it this way and that way until suddenly it stopped. There was something under the snow. I wonder what it could be. I wonder what's under the snow.
Fox dug and dug until he found a small hedgehog. It was cold and it didn't move. Poor little guy, said Fox. He put the hedgehog inside the red woolly hat and carried it to Rabbit's house.
Well, the hat is turning out to be useful. I've never seen a live hedgehog. Have you?
No, I've never seen a hedgehog. Where I live at, I haven't seen anything but dogs and cats and chickens.
Do you have chickens?
I know, no,
Okay.
no. I said, I've seen them.
Okay. Rabbit and Badger were having supper. Look what I found in the snow, cried Fox, bursting in. They all looked into the hat. A hedgehog? Asked Badger. What's a hedgehog doing out at Christmas time? He should be fast asleep. It's my friend, Little Hedgehog, cried Rabbit. He must have gotten lost going home in the snow. Little Hedgehog opened his eyes. Hello, he said sleepily. Oh, this is such a lovely warm blanket. Are they
That
marching?
hat is really serving its purpose, isn't it?
It is. It's getting used.
It
Nice
really
gift.
is. I tell you what, the friends all looked at each other. Rabbit grinned and Fox scratched his head. Said Badger. I think this woolly hat is just right for Little Hedgehog. Merry Christmas, Little Hedgehog, they all cheered. But Little Hedgehog was fast asleep. So warm and comfy, he just fell back to sleep.
Yeah, he did.
That's
Yeah,
really
he did.
served
And
its
I
purpose.
appreciate the way they took care of him.
Oh, absolutely, that's what friends do.
Yes,
That's
that
what friends
is.
do.
That
Yes.
is. That is.
Yeah.
That is. So, Chief Deputy Gardner, let me just say again, thank you for reading to our little people.
Well, thank you for having me, Dr. Martin-Knox. I really enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Is there a message that you'd like to leave with our viewers?
Yes, I want everyone to really enjoy themselves for the holidays, have a very Merry Christmas, prosperous New Year, but I want them to be safe. I want them to feel safe at home, and so they got to practice safety, do safe things to make sure that nothing happens to them. Be mindful of their surroundings and be aware of people that will try to take advantage of them during this time of the year. Again, just have a good time, have a great time, and know that we at the Sumter County Sheriff's Office are with you, are here for you, and just call upon us if you need us for anything. And from Sheriff Anthony Dennis, we'd like to say Merry Christmas to all.
Well, tell Sheriff Dennis, I said hello and happy holidays, and the same to you, Chief Deputy Gardner, and to all
Yes.
our viewing. Happy holidays to you. Thank you for joining us, and have a very happy holiday. Have a
All right.
good day.
Said Santa Claus, $1 million didn't go hurt the team. I got the buy food at the Cohen Key, but I never